Hi there, Z here, and yes, I am not dead. Zach hasn't claimed his own life, and the coronavirus hasn't gotten to him yet. I know plenty of you are thrilled to hear about that. And before anybody unsubscribes, I realize I'm after 2 weeks of not putting anything up that I should have the gall to come at you with a commentary. But I'm sorry, a lot of shit's been happening. As you can tell, I'm at a different position in my basement, and I have redone the floors. That was a pretty big project for me to do, and besides doing all of that, I also, while a lot of people have lost their jobs or are at home for schooling or like playing video games and jerking off while you're listening to the teacher talking about algebra, I am still working. I know a lot of people are saying stay at home, it's the best thing to do, but a man's got to drink. That's all I'm trying to say here. So forgive me, guys, for A, not putting anything, and B, for having a little taste. It's been a fucking hectic couple of weeks. But I am getting back on it with another video. It's going to be a Doom Eternal review. I know I'm pretty late on that. I really feel like I wanted to review it, though. So that's coming down the pipeline. I'm about a third done with that. And I got a question for everyone here who's still listening after a minute and a half in or whatever I'm at. If you guys want to see this, because I know this commentary stuff is not very popular. I actually lose subscribers many times when I do these. So I'm thinking about making a second channel where I put all these on, and then I put all my edited shit on this one, all of my good stuff that I actually put time and effort into. So tell me what you think about it. I just want to know so I can determine if I should actually put through the pain and frustration of going through another channel, or if you guys just don't mind it on this channel. But obviously, this is just a update telling you guys I'm going to go right back to focusing a lot on, well, not yet, because my work still wants me to work from home, and guess what? It's not going that fucking well. So, a lot of the stuff, I had to spend an hour on it after work just to fucking determine if I could do it, and talking to IT and all this other bullshit. So, it's still in the works. It's still something that's clawing at me, but it's closing up, so I'm going to be able to focus a lot more on YouTube here. So, just make sure that's one of the things I want to ask you guys. Let me know what you think about it. But another thing, because I can't just come on and give you an update because I'm not a vlogger, I also want to talk about something that's on my mind. So, this fucking chair is falling apart. Anyways, something has come to my attention here. A lot of stuff has been happening on YouTube. Apparently, iDubbbz, anyone who knows about him, a lot of bullshit he's been going through. And it was a succulent, sweet fruit that I wanted to talk about. But I thought, no, I can't deal with that. I'm not going to deal with any petty bullshit when I have so much on my plate. But there is one thing that has been pissing me off particularly, and this has been happening for the 3 years that I've been doing this. God, I've really been doing it for that long? At least, dedicatedly doing it. I think I started, 4 years ago with skits, and then I started evolving into what I am right now. Devolving, I should probably say, but there's been something that's been happening recently. And it's really what I believe is kind of killing YouTube. Now, I'm a man who believes that anyone can be as big of a dickhead online as they can. You can. You can do whatever you want. And guess what? A lot of that shit has been aimed towards me. For some reason, there are some reviews that I put on, nobody fucking understands what's going on here, nobody watches them, bam. It's fine with me because it's a hobby, I don't really give a shit. And then there's some out there that hit some sort of hate algorithm that I get, and I cannot believe how much entertainment I get from that. Let me tell you something. I have no problem being with people making fun of me. I have a family that makes fun of me, and so I've been growing up with this shit my entire life, and I can see the humor and even degrading myself. That's my type of comedy. That's the type of person that I am. So, when I received, let me look this up here specifically. When I received on one of my reviews, one that's gotten really negative reviews, so I've been having a lot of interesting conversations on that one. But when some guy came over to me and says, "You look like a Viking with Down syndrome and has an overeating problem." Now, That one is a lot more better than the spurgy shit that I usually see that usually just screams, fuck you, you're not funny. You know, that's completely fine. Those ones are easy to kind of brush off because it's like, who cares? And it's a low quality insult, and I only fucks with the high quality. This is kind of a medium. It's kind of wordy. It's kind of a wordy one. You have to take off some of the words, but it was funny, and I was going to kind of talk to him and just kind of, maybe he hates my guts. I don't fucking know if he does. But I wanted to kind of leave a comment back to him. And guess who wouldn't let me leave a comment back to this fine gentleman / female, whoever they want to identify as? YouTube. Good old YouTube would not let me at all talk to him. No, it's not like I couldn't go into my settings, go to comments and say any comments that I haven't responded to. I tried to go into the actual video and do sort by newest. Fucking wasn't even there. I know, I see it right here. I'm saying it right here, word for word. You look like a Viking with Down syndrome and an overeating problem. Again, wordy. It's supposed to be nice and jabby. Anyways, this is not Zach trying to teach people how to be a bully. How come YouTube is kind of killing the people who initially made it good? I mean, let's be completely fair, guys. In the internet back in the day, you either made a lot of friends by having common interests, or you were a complete dick to everyone. And sometimes, about 10%, you would be getting both of those sides. So you'd be a dick to someone, they'd be a dick back to you, and they'd say, hey, I fucking like you. Let's hang out. What's your name? What's your porn preferences? There was a ton of stuff that YouTube was built on, and trolls are one of them. Why can't I, as another person, see this and then YouTube has already taken it away? Because I know when someone deletes their comments, it pretty much gets blanked out on my notifications. It's gone. So I know he didn't leave it there and then have a sudden, like, a hopefulness, like, maybe I was too mean to that guy, I'm gonna delete the comment. No, I know fucking YouTube is fucking with this here, and that's why I'm thinking whenever a lot of people, I've noticed it, throughout the years, people who are constant viewers, and I recognize them as constant viewers, new people, anyone that comes on there, if you say anything that is a little bit dodgy, I can't see it at all. Nobody can see it at all, and I'm really sick of this shit. That people like me, I mean, I've had a mean bone in my body a few times in my life. And guess what? What would happen was the person would say, hey, fuck you. Fuck you, you're a fatty. And I say, fuck you, you fucking scumbag. I hope you die of cancer. I hope you die of AIDS. And then we both go our fucking separate ways. And then we just go on with our lives. That's what it used to be. That's what the internet used to be. That's what YouTube used to be. Forums used to be. A lot of shit online that has been fucking mollycoddled. This is what it used to be. Hey, if you didn't like what we had to say, ignore us. And if the person's being a persistent cunthole, then maybe you should block them. Or maybe you should talk to the mods or something like that and say, look, this guy is just sending me 500 messages a day. Could you do something about it? Thanks a lot. Anything like that could be done. But now it has to be like, well, normal people are coming online and we don't want to scare them away. We don't want to scare away the people that might give us more revenue or might get us looking like we're more of a proper business. I don't want a proper business. I'm so psyched that people online can make a living, and I know them making a living is because everything has to be watered down so the maximum amount of people can see it and can engross it. Why? I'm not saying people can't have that. They can have their milquetoast Philly D type bullshit, and they can be fine with it. They can just be having a good time. But how come the edgy boy shit that I like watching, how come that is just absolutely out of the question? No, we're gonna let you have this really fake pandering bullshit because it makes a lot of people feel good. But my stuff that makes a lot of people feel not so great, why does it have to be anything like, well, why can't it be, I should say, anything like the pandering shit? Leave us alone. Let us do whatever you want. If the people in the actual chat don't like it, or if the big channels don't like seeing certain words, they can block it. YouTube has given the tools for people to do whatever they want. If there's a person that says a certain naughty bad word, they can put it in like a mini algorithm, and they can kick out those comments before they're even posted. They have the chance of manually doing it. Fine, if they want to do that, it's their channel. If I all of a sudden have an issue of people calling me a Down syndrome Viking, I could start putting that in my little algorithm, and they could kick it out for me. I don't give a shit. I thought that was pretty funny because, again, the guy may hate me and may have said it in the bowels of his soul and really wanted it to sting. I thought it was funny. I got called a pedophile by my dad about 4 months ago because I had an old picture where I had stupid sunglasses and I had this really old, like, duster and everything. I looked like a man who drives around a windowless van. It was funny. I get it. It's self-degrading, but I don't really give a shit. If it's funny, it's funny. If you come on here and you spurg out and say, fuck you, you fat piece of shit, it's like, wow. You have the vocabulary and the insulting prowess of a middle schooler. So I'm not taking you seriously. This one was pretty fucking funny. It was wordy. It was about a C+ in like an insult department, but it was funny. Why can't I talk to him, YouTube? Why can't I talk to some of the people, even the positive people who say, you're funny as fuck, man. Man, you make my cunt moist. I can't respond to them either. Because YouTube is just like, A, I'm not going to tell you that they commented to begin with, and B, whenever you try to comment back to them, I'm going to say, can't find it. Can't find it. Susan, let me just talk to everybody. Let me just talk to everyone. If I'm having a problem, I'll start blocking them. I'll start doing shit on my end. But don't be taking that joy away from me, okay? Don't be taking the joy of being a dick back to someone who's a dick to me first. Don't take that away from me. Leave me the fuck. And this is a whole, like, I know a bunch of people, YouTube bad, YouTube censor, YouTube anti-free speech. I get it. I'm not the first one on this short bus here. But it still does bother me. And of course the internet is there for any idiot like me to say whatever they want to idiots like you. This is the beauty of the internet, okay? When people don't understand you where you live, which I have plenty of people here that get me, but sometimes it's just not enough. Hey, sometimes a supportive family and 3 of the best friends of my life, sometimes it's not enough. I still need to yell at someone on the internet because if I let out my full anger on someone else, then they start talking about therapy, and I'm not going to fucking therapy yet. This is my therapy. 1 or 2 whiskeys a night and yelling into a webcam. Oh boy. I don't know anybody who is in therapy right now, but do this. Oh boy. It's a great time. Anyway, I'm back. I don't know how long it's going to be because I'm still dealing with a lot of bullshit of this stupid coronavirus. By the way, hopefully your guys' quarantine is doing well. Hopefully no one got affected by it. I think the whole thing's really blown out of proportion. I really think the entire thing is just everyone trying to say... it's a lot of doomsaying and a lot of... I'm going to poke fun at it a little bit during the review, but I can't understand half of the shit that these people are doing. Stay 6 feet away from me, people. Away from everybody else, but... You could get the disease several other ways, and well, whatever. It just doesn't matter. Anyways, hopefully you guys are doing well. Hopefully you're not, going insane from isolation. I mean, most of you are already introverts to begin with, so it's not really anything out of the ordinary. But thank you all for listening. Again, I really do apologize. Who would have guessed a world pandemic was going to fuck with me? Who would have seen that coming? I'm in South Dakota. People are supposed to not care about us. Lots more to come. Thank you, guys. Cheers.